Have you ever wondered whether traveling after 70 is still a good idea? While exploring new places and experiencing different cultures can be thrilling, there are real risks that many seniors don't consider until they're already facing them. As we age, our bodies and minds go through changes that can make travel more exhausting, unpredictable, and in some cases even dangerous. Some people assume they can keep up the same pace they did in their younger years, but the reality is different. After 70, travel presents unique challenges that can quickly turn a dream vacation into a stressful, even life-threatening ordeal. In this story, we'll take a closer look at one of the most important reasons why traveling after 70 can be risky, unexpected health emergencies. As we age, our bodies become less predictable, and common conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, or respiratory problems can escalate quickly, especially while away from home. At home, it's easy to access medical care. But when you're traveling, especially abroad or in unfamiliar areas, getting the right treatment can become complicated and delayed. A minor health issue that might have been easily treated at home can turn serious or even fatal when you're far from your regular doctor. Walter, a 76-year-old retired engineer from Oregon, had always loved the idea of exploring Europe by train. After months of planning, he and his wife embarked on a 2-week scenic rail tour across France and Italy. The trip promised beautiful views, comfortable travel, and low physical strain. It seemed like the perfect way to see the world without overexerting themselves. But on the 5th day of the tour, while they were passing through the Alps, Walter began to experience tightness in his chest and shortness of breath. At first, he dismissed it as altitude discomfort, but the pain intensified quickly. The train had a small medical kit on board, but no doctor. The conductor radioed ahead to have emergency services meet the train at the next station nearly an hour away. By the time they reached the town of Grenoble, Walter was pale and disoriented. He was taken to the nearest hospital, where doctors confirmed he had suffered a minor heart attack. Thankfully, he received proper care and survived. But the incident left him shaken. What was supposed to be a relaxing and unforgettable journey became a frightening reminder of how vulnerable travel can be at this stage of life. Later, Walter admitted he hadn't spoken with his doctor before the trip and hadn't thought to check if the high-altitude portion could affect his heart condition. Another major issue many seniors overlook is medical insurance. Walter and his wife had assumed their US-based health insurance would be accepted overseas. Unfortunately, it wasn't. While the emergency care he received saved his life, the hospital stay and tests came with a massive bill they had to pay out of pocket. Without comprehensive travel insurance, they ended up spending several $1,000s money they had not budgeted for. So what can seniors do to protect themselves? If you're over 70 and planning a trip, start by consulting with your doctor. Get a full health assessment and discuss any potential risks associated with travel. Make sure to carry all necessary medications and know how to manage your conditions on the road. If you're traveling internationally, research the healthcare system in your destination, and most importantly, invest in comprehensive travel insurance that covers emergency medical care, evacuation, and hospital stays. Being prepared can make all the difference between a smooth journey and a nightmare. Traveling after 70 isn't impossible, but it does require a higher level of awareness, planning, and caution. Because in the end, the goal isn't just to see new places, it's to return home safely with memories worth cherishing. When planning a trip after 70, one of the most important things you can do is take your health seriously. Schedule a full health assessment with your doctor, discuss any potential risks, and make sure you have all your necessary medications with you, along with spares. It's equally essential to research the healthcare system in your destination. And if you're traveling abroad, make sure your travel insurance includes coverage for emergency evacuations and hospital stays. When it comes to staying safe, being prepared can be the difference between a smooth, enjoyable vacation and a medical disaster. Health concerns, however, aren't limited to emergencies like heart attacks or falls. One of the most overlooked dangers of traveling after 70 is increased exposure to infections and contaminants. This brings us to the second major risk: germs and illness. From crowded airports and airplanes to unfamiliar restaurants and public restrooms, seniors are constantly exposed to environment where viruses and bacteria thrive. While younger travelers might experience a brief cold or mild food poisoning as a minor setback for older adults, these same illnesses can lead to serious complications, extended hospital stays, or even long-term health declines. Consider the case of Margaret, a 77-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. She was excited to join a group tour through Southeast Asia with some friends from her local senior center. The first few days went smoothly, but midway through the trip, she developed a stomach infection after eating a salad at a street-side cafe. What seemed like a minor issue quickly spiraled into severe dehydration, nausea, and weakness. She spent 3 days in a local hospital and missed the rest of the tour. Upon returning home, she needed weeks to fully recover. Margaret later admitted that she hadn't thought much about food safety, assuming all restaurants on the tour would be vetted. Sadly, even well-planned trips can go wrong when your immune system is no longer as strong as it once was. As we age, our immune defenses naturally weaken, making it harder to recover from common infections. Respiratory illnesses in particular pose a heightened risk. Studies show that seniors are more likely to develop complications from the flu, pneumonia, and even common colds, especially when exposed to new strains that exist in different parts of the world. Airplanes are notorious breeding grounds for germs. Passengers are packed closely together, often breathing recycled air for hours at a time. Add to that the constant contact with surfaces like tray tables, seatbelts, and restrooms, and you have a perfect storm for viral transmission. Food and water safety is another major concern. Many travelers enjoy trying the new cuisines, but for seniors, unfamiliar ingredients, spices, and cooking methods can lead to digestive distress. Foodborne illnesses such as norovirus, E. coli, and salmonella are far more serious in older adults and can result in prolonged illness, dangerous dehydration, and a weakened immune system that leaves you vulnerable to additional infections. Something as simple as drinking tap water or eating raw vegetables washed in local water can quickly lead to a serious gastrointestinal infection. Locals may have built immunity to their environment, but travelers, especially older ones, often don't. Even everyday spaces like hotel rooms, taxis, and public transportation carry unseen risks. Just because a space looks clean doesn't mean it's been properly disinfected. High-touch surfaces like door handles, elevator buttons, and shared counters may not be cleaned as often as you think. Seniors who rely on mobility aids, canes, walkers, or handrails are especially at risk as they often touch public surfaces to maintain balance. So what can seniors do to protect themselves? If travel is unavoidable, taking extra precautions is essential. Wearing a mask in crowded places, washing hands frequently, and carrying hand sanitizer can help reduce the risk of contracting airborne illnesses. Stick to bottled or filtered water, avoid raw or undercooked foods in unfamiliar areas, and choose well-cooked meals instead. If you're traveling internationally, make sure you get all recommended vaccines and carry essential medications for digestive or respiratory issues. Traveling after 70 can be rewarding, but it requires more care and attention than it did in your younger years. Staying healthy while on the move isn't impossible, but it takes planning, awareness, and a strong immune system. And while health risks are critical to consider, they're not the only reason that travel in later life can be more stressful than joyful. In the next part, we'll explore another challenge that affects many seniors on the road, one that impacts not just the body, but your energy, enjoyment, and peace of mind. Let's move on to danger number 3, travel fatigue and recovery challenges. While traveling can seem exciting on the surface for seniors over 70, the physical demands can be far more intense than expected. Long flights, early hotel check-ins, unpredictable schedules, and hours of walking can lead to exhaustion that lingers far beyond the return. Unlike in younger years when a good night's sleep could reset the body, older adults often find that travel fatigue sticks around for days or even weeks. When the body is tired, everything else suffers. Your immune system weakens, coordination declines, and the risk of illness or injury significantly increases. One of the most common problems for seniors during travel is poor quality sleep. Sleeping in an unfamiliar bed, dealing with noise in hotels, or adjusting to different time zones can make it nearly impossible to get proper rest. And sleep deprivation isn't just about feeling groggy. It can impact mental clarity, raise stress levels, lower immunity, and even increase the risk of heart complications. Studies have shown that seniors take much longer to recover from jet lag when crossing multiple time zones. This means the fatigue from a long-haul flight can stick with you throughout your trip, turning what should be a rejuvenating escape into a series of draining, uncomfortable days. What starts as a cheerful getaway can quickly become a battle just to keep up with the pace. Another significant concern is physical strain. Sitting in one position on a plane, train, or bus for long periods can lead to stiff muscles, swollen joints, and even dangerous blood clots. especially for seniors with arthritis or circulation issues. And once you arrive at your destination, the walking, standing, climbing stairs, and carrying luggage can add up fast. Take, for example, the story of Harold, a 78-year-old retired contractor from North Carolina. After retiring, Harold and his wife booked a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Spain and Portugal. They had fond memories of traveling in their 50s and assumed this trip would feel the same. But after their 9-hour flight and a 2-hour layover, Harold felt wiped out. By the second day, he struggled to walk long distances during sightseeing tours and needed frequent breaks just to catch his breath. He admitted that he hadn't accounted for how much walking would be involved. The long city tours, hilly streets, and packed schedule drained him so badly that he ended up spending more time in the hotel than exploring. What was meant to be an energizing experience turned into a physically taxing one, and once back home, he needed nearly 2 weeks to recover fully. Diet and hydration are two more challenges seniors face while traveling. Many destinations have foods that are rich, spicy, or hard to digest, combined with unusual meal times and the tendency to skip water. When on the move, it's a recipe for dehydration and fatigue. Even mild dehydration can cause dizziness, confusion, and muscle weakness, making everyday activities feel like a burden rather than a joy. So what's the solution? If travel is unavoidable, seniors should plan their schedules with plenty of rest days built in. Avoid overloading your itinerary with back-to-back tours or long walking days. Break up long flights with layovers that allow movement. Pack healthy snacks, drink water regularly, and make time for naps if needed. Most importantly, recognize your physical limits and adjust your travel plans accordingly. A vacation should be something you enjoy, not something that takes weeks to recover from. And while the physical toll of travel is a serious concern for seniors, it's not the only one. In the next section, we'll discuss a hidden danger that could affect not just your body, but your ability to stay safe on your feet. As we age, our balance reflexes and bone strength naturally decline, making us more vulnerable to accidents. While a small stumble at home might not seem serious, a fall while traveling, especially in unfamiliar surroundings, can have devastating consequences. A single fall can lead to broken bones, extended hospital stays, or even permanent mobility loss. What was meant to be a relaxing getaway can quickly become a painful and costly ordeal that changes the course of a senior's life. Many older adults don't realize how different travel environments can be from the familiar safety of home. Hotels, cruise ships, and historic landmarks often have uneven flooring, poorly lit staircases, or slippery surfaces. These features, while common in many popular tourist areas, significantly increase the risk of falls. Some destinations also lack proper accessibility, making simple tasks like stepping onto a tour bus or walking across cobblestone streets much more hazardous. Even in modern cities, emergency services may not be as fast or advanced as those back home. That means even minor injuries can take longer to treat, raising the risk of complications. Consider the story of Barbara, a 76-year-old retiree from Illinois. Barbara had always dreamed of visiting Greece and had kept herself in great shape. She regularly walked in her neighborhood, took yoga classes, and felt confident she could handle the trip. But when she arrived in Athens, she quickly realized that navigating ancient, uneven sidewalks was far more challenging than she anticipated. One evening, while walking back to her hotel through a dimly lit alley, she stepped off a curb and lost her balance. She fell hard onto the pavement and immediately knew something was wrong. Barbara was rushed to a nearby hospital where doctors confirmed that she had fractured her hip. She needed surgery right away. Not only was her vacation cut short, but she also faced a long and difficult recovery once she returned home. What was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime became a deeply regrettable experience physically, emotionally, and financially. Fatigue is another hidden danger that contributes to falls during travel. Long days, skipped meals, and poor sleep are common while traveling and can significantly affect balance and coordination. When the body is tired, reaction times slow down, increasing the chances of tripping or misstepping. Seniors who have arthritis or joint pain are especially vulnerable. Walking long distances through airports, museums, or city streets can cause joint swelling, stiffness, and discomfort, which makes sudden loss of stability much more likely. So how can older adults reduce their risk of falling while traveling? The first step is to choose destinations that are senior-friendly and offer good accessibility. Avoid places with steep hills, uneven terrain, or a lack of ramps and elevators. Always wear proper footwear. Sturdy shoes with non-slip soles can make a big difference. Using a cane or walking stick for extra stability is also a smart precaution, especially when navigating unfamiliar terrain. Just as important is listening to your body. If you feel tired, take breaks. Don't push through exhaustion just to keep up with the itinerary. Staying well rested, hydrated, and nourished will improve your coordination and awareness, reducing your risk of accidents. Most of all, recognize your personal limits. No vacation is worth sacrificing your long-term independence and mobility. If you've made it this far and found these insights helpful, please comment the number 4 below to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. Just hit that button and ring the bell so you won't miss the next video. Your support allows us to continue creating content that informs, protects, and empowers seniors like you. Now let's move forward to the 5th and final hidden danger, the unexpected financial risks that travel can bring, some of which could cost you far more than just a plane ticket. While traveling can be exciting at any age for seniors over 70, there are financial risks that can turn a dream vacation into a nightmare. One of the most serious is the cost of unexpected medical care. Many older adults don't realize that their regular health insurance might not cover international travel. If you fall ill or get injured while abroad, you could end up responsible for thousands of dollars in medical bills, sometimes even in countries where healthcare is considered affordable. In extreme situations, emergency medical evacuations such as being airlifted to a major hospital can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Without proper travel insurance, seniors may find themselves choosing between receiving the care they need or facing crushing financial debt. And while some believe they'll never need such coverage, the truth is that accidents and illnesses don't wait for a convenient time or place. There's also the issue of trip cancellations. Many seniors plan their vacations months in advance, assuming they'll be in good health when departure day comes. But life is unpredictable. Health issues can arise suddenly, forcing travelers to postpone or cancel their plans. Unfortunately, most airlines, hotels, and cruise lines have strict policies that don't allow full refunds for last-minute cancellations. That means older adults can lose thousands of dollars if they need to change their itinerary unexpectedly. Without trip cancellation insurance, recovering those funds can be nearly impossible. Beyond medical expenses and cancellations, there's another risk that's become increasingly common: scams and fraud. Seniors are often targeted by scammers who take advantage of travelers using tactics like fake taxis, overcharging for everyday items, or running elaborate schemes to steal credit card information. Criminals often look for older adults who may be unfamiliar with their surroundings, knowing they are less likely to spot a scam in the moment. In some cases, scammers use deceptive online deals to trap unsuspecting travelers. Frank, a 75-year-old retiree from Michigan, had always dreamed of relaxing on a tropical beach. After months of careful saving, he booked a luxury resort in Thailand through a travel site that promised 5-star accommodations at an incredible price. But when Frank arrived, he discovered that the hotel didn't exist. It was a scam. His payment was non-refundable and there was no record of his reservation. Left with no place to stay, Frank had to scramble to find another hotel, paying more than twice his original budget just to secure a room. What should have been a peaceful, relaxing trip turned into a stressful and costly ordeal. So how can seniors protect themselves from these kinds of financial disasters? First and foremost, always check whether your current health insurance covers international travel. If it doesn't, invest in a reputable travel insurance policy that includes emergency medical care, evacuation, and trip cancellation protection. It may seem like an added expense, but it could save you thousands or even your life. Second, book trips only through reputable, well-reviewed companies. Be wary of deals that seem too good to be true. Double-check hotel listings, read real customer reviews, and confirm reservations directly with providers. When in doubt, use well-known booking platforms or seek advice from a trusted travel agent. Third, be extremely cautious with your money while traveling. Avoid carrying large amounts of cash. Use credit cards from institutions that offer fraud protection. Be mindful of who has access to your card information and never share personal financial details with strangers, no matter how friendly or helpful they seem. While traveling in your golden years can be joyful and enriching, these financial risks show why extra caution is necessary. The unexpected costs from medical emergencies to scams can create long-lasting stress and financial hardship. That doesn't mean seniors shouldn't travel at all. It simply means that the approach to travel needs to evolve with age. Instead of long-haul international adventures filled with tight schedules and physical demands, consider simpler, more accessible alternatives. Explore destinations closer to home, take shorter trips, or choose locations that have reliable medical care and senior-friendly accommodations. These small adjustments can make a big difference in both safety and enjoyment. Travel should enhance your life, not leave you with lasting problems. So before you or a loved one over 70 books their next trip, take a moment to reflect on a few important questions. Is your health stable enough for travel? Do you have the right insurance in place? Is the destination safe, accessible, and realistic for your current needs? These questions may not be the most exciting part of planning a trip, but answering them honestly can prevent unnecessary hardship later on. Because in the end, longevity isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about making sure those years are filled with quality independence and peace of mind. If that means avoiding certain trips or being more selective about where and how you travel, then it's a small price to pay for staying healthy, safe, and financially secure. The golden years should be about comfort, not recovery. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video or how you plan to apply it in your own life. Your voice matters to us, and reading your comments helps fuel our mission to create thoughtful, empowering content for seniors. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support helps us continue producing content that informs, protects, and inspires. We'll see you in the next video. This story really made me pause and think about how I approach travel now that I'm older. Like Frank, I've always dreamed of taking that once-in-a-lifetime trip, but I've never fully considered the financial and health risks involved. It reminded me how easy it is to overlook details like travel insurance or verifying accommodations, especially when a deal seems too good to pass up. Moving forward, I'll be much more cautious. I plan to double-check every booking, avoid unfamiliar websites, and always have a solid backup plan. More importantly, I'll make sure my health coverage includes emergency care abroad and that I'm physically prepared for the demands of travel. The key takeaway: dream vacations are still possible after 70, but they require a wiser, more thoughtful approach. Because peace of mind, safety, and well-being matter just as much, if not more, than the destination itself. If you found this video helpful, please comment the number 9 below to let us know you're still with us. And if it wasn't quite what you expected, just give us a like. Instead, it still means the world to us. Your support helps us grow and create better content for you.